Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a 2000 point Warhammer 40k battle report. Now, what are battle reports? What they're all about. This is for everyone that's new to the hobby. You buy your models, you build your models, you paint your models, you put them in the list and play war games. Okay? Now, when I say paint your models, realistically, a lot of us play with models that are still grey plastic, or that are undercoated, or that are half painted. That's, you know, the realism of it. Just because you struggle with time to get them done, or you don't want to rush it and you want to take your time on it, and but you want it on the table as well. So, okay, let's do forgive me when there is a few things unpainted here, but it's more realistic because that's what we all do. So, for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love. Thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so you would have seen from the thumbnail, it's Chaos Space Marines versus Space Wolves. Mark threw the list at me Monday evening, or Monday afternoon to play on Tuesday, and I was like, okay, I need to get your list. So I slapped a little Chaos list together because I don't want to put Death Guard on the table yet, or World Eaters on the table yet. Two reasons why. There's still a few things to finish off on a few models, and I want to have them ready so when the Codex drops, I can actually play them with the new rules, fully painted. And that is my plan. Now, I know for the World Eaters I still have the 8-bound and Jackals to get on with, but it's still like just under 2 weeks to get those painted up. Whether they're voted on or whether I just decide, right, let's get them done, doesn't matter. Okay, so that's why I'm not playing. I haven't played Death Guard or World Eaters for a while, because Codex is coming out in less than 2 weeks, and I'll have that. And the Chaos Space Marines haven't been out for a while. Now, I do have a Space Marine list, but I'm saving that for the Eldari because there's a lot of indirect fire there to deal with his fire dragons. So I'm going to bring you down and show you my list. Go for my battle plan as normal, and then I'll head over to Mark's and we'll go through his list and we'll start playing. Right, so you would have seen for the thumbnail, I have the big man himself, Abaddon. Now, when I go to Mark's, I'm going to call him something different. See if I can confuse Mark. start getting him to call it something different. But anyway, Abaddon is leading a unit of 5 Chaos Space Marines. Okay, just with chainswords. There's what bolt guns from chainswords. There's chainswords, bolt pistols. He has his 3 Master abilities. So I'm going to just have it as the always choose the one that gives him a 4+ invulnerable save. So any Chaos starters, I think it's all of them. I'm not sure. I'll double check when I get to Mark's, but basically, yeah, 4+ invulnerable save, which is handy. I don't want to throw him too far forward, even though he is tasty. I want to move him forward slowly, try and use cover and just try and get to an objective. I have another unit of 5 Chaos Space Marines, again, just with chainswords and bolt pistols. I have 3 units of Chaos Cultists. Their plan is simple. They have sticky objectives. So one's going to start on my objective, on my home field objective, to sticky it. The other 2 are going to be spread out to try and stop him screening stuff in. If there's an objective that's not taken, I might move up and take it with one of them. I'm not sure yet. See what way he goes. I have a Venom Crawler. I have 2 Obliterators. So a squad of 2 Obliterators. 5 Raptors. 5 Warp Talons. Now the Warp Talons, the Raptors, and the Obliterators are going to start in Deep Strike, just to come down and try and be annoying to him, because he has Thunderwolf Cavalry and they're going to come straight forward. So if I start dropping these down behind his enemy, in his deployment zone, he then has to decide whether he's going to keep coming forward or go back or bring something else back. Venom Crawler, as always, is going to go up one flank and just try and, ping stuff off and try and deal with stuff along one flank. If he can get to an objective and hold it and just sit there, score points, come deal with me, then he will. I have a Hellbrute. I have 2 Forge Fiends. Those of you that are new, this is my castle. Okay, I'll explain what I mean by that in a minute. I have 2 Warpsmiths today. This Warpsmith, I'm running the Soul Forge detachment, so this Warpsmith has the enhancement that if a demon engine within 3 inches of him does a Dark Pact and activates their contract will give them +1 to wound. So if they activate the Dark Pact and activate the contract, if they fail the Dark Pact, they take an additional mortal wound, but they get reroll to hit, which is savage for these guys with their 3d3 plasma shots with blast. He has rocket pod and twin las cannon. So again, he's not a demon engine, but in this detachment there is a stratagem in your command phase that will turn 1 normal chaos unit vehicle into a demon engine. So if I play it on him, he also has a 6-inch aura that gives anyone within 6 inches that does a Dark Pact both sustained and lethal hits instead of having to choose one. The Warpsmiths have lone op if they're within 3 inches of a chaos vehicle. So he has the enhancement that if an enemy unit is destroyed within 12 inches, I roll a d6, I think it's a 5+, I get a CP. Now the plan is simple. These heal up d3 wounds to a chaos vehicle every command phase and gives that chaos vehicle +1 to hit. Okay, so I'm going to use this to heal him and give him +1 to hit, and this one to do the same for him. The Hellbrute is going to be somewhere in the middle here to give them the the buff, but they have lone operative, like I said, if they're within 3 inches of them. But I want to try and keep him safe because he can't be targeted unless you within 12 inches of him. But I need to try and keep the Hellbrute safe. Maybe hide him behind cover and just keep buffing at that 6 inches. I don't want to go too far forward. Okay, that's always my biggest flaw with these guys is I bring them too far forward and they get pinged off and then charged and destroyed. I want to hold them back as long as possible and just try and goad him forward. I also have a unit of the Ravengers, B-Score Ravengers, I think they're called. I forgot what they're called now. Brain fart. Anyway, they start in strategic reserves, and they can come in a turn early. They always count the battle round as a turn higher, so they can come on from turn 2, from turn 1, but count it as turn 2. Again, they're just to come in and disrupt his lines, especially if I get the secondary mission to do actions on table edges. They can just come in and just do that. It's not a problem. I'm missing something actually. I'm missing a Predator Annihilator as well. Just realised. So I have a Predator Annihilator in this list as well. I have to remember to pack that. To find it and pack it. It's around somewhere. But anyway, there's my list. So, one more thing with I'm going to call him Archeon in front of Mark to see if he starts calling him different names. Anyway, Abaddon, when he does Dark Pact, if he does it on 7+, he gains a CP. So there is the potential to generate a lot of CP in this army. I'm going to pack these guys up, find the Predator Annihilator, and then head over to Mark's, and then we'll get going.
Cool. So I have 2 Invader HEVs with multi-meltas. Then on top of that, I have an Impulsor with Ragnar Blackmane and 6 Blade Guard inside. 2 squads of Assault Intercessors with jump packs, 1 on the table, 1 not on the table. Murder Fang, a Gladiator Lancer, and then I have 2 squads of Thunderwolf Cavalry, 1 with Logan Grimnar and a Wolfguard Battle Leader with the Frost weapon enhancement, and then a squad of Thunderwolf Cavalry with a Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf, and also a Wolfguard Battle Leader with no enhancement, just Power Fists on him. And then he has Black Death, and then 5 Assault Intercessors. Just backfield kind of shenanigans.
And Mark rolled first turn, so I'm going to, as usual, go through the first turn and then come back and let you know what happened. This is going to be a slobber knocker. I think hits hard, fucking. Oh, if charges get made with those Thunderwolf Cavalry in this first turn, it's going to be pretty much over, I'd say, because they do hit hard. But anyway,
I got Containment and Assassination. Not great.
Right, so Mark's first turn. the intercessors, shot the cultists, which was Mark's open moment target. Just murdered them with the
open
copper.
moment was needed on them, in fairness. Like, the misses that I had from shooting, the open moment was necessary.
And the Lancer poked his head out and just pinged one shot off and destroyed the Predator Annihilator. Oh, so 2 shots, sorry. And destroyed the Predator Annihilator. And Mark's moved everything else up. Moved around just to try and stage himself ready for the next turn.
I really hate those.
4 turns. Right, so now it's
For trend.
my turn 1.
Yeah.
Right, so my turn 1 was very, very eventful.
Yeah.
First thing I did was play...
You can only pick 1 unit to sabotage, so it's one action. It's not like cleanse. It's like you pick a unit to sabotage, so that I can't kill that unit yet.
So first thing I did was spend 1 command point to turn the Hellbrute into Demon Engine, so now he has a contract and everything else, same as the other 2 Demon Engines. These guys all shimmied forward. These guys are sabotaging in there. These guys are up to the objective, to guard the objective. These guys are guarding that objective. Now it's on to Mark's turn 2. It's a very KG. See what happens now. I think it's going to be snipering with long range guns, I think.
What's returning your opponent shooting phase? Another friendly.
Right, Mark's turn 2. So these guys came in over here and they shot Abaddon and his guys, killed 1 guy. They charged the cultists, left 2 alive. I wounded them back for 1. Here's where the slobber knocker happened. So the vulnerable cavalry came over.
Roll of 6 to advance, or 5 to advance, plus 1 from the Lord.
Yep. And it gave him a 4-inch charge, wasn't it?
Yeah. You failed.
My Overwatch, I failed my Dark Pact.
Dark Pact took 3 wounds. Then the Meltagun did 4 wounds.
Yep. So he was down to 5 wounds, I think it was.
Yeah, how many would they have? 10 wounds normally, or is it 12?
12.
Yeah, he was down to, I think, 5 wounds, yeah. Which made him an interesting target. Otherwise, I would have put everything over here. He came in from from reserves, charged, made a 10-inch charge off the bat, and killed all of these guys on this objective. And then these did a 4-inch charge into 2 characters went here, and the rest of them went over here. The characters killed him, which gives my whole army lethal now. So the whole army has sustained lethal from now on. And then they did just about did the remaining wounds on him.
I was expecting the last one to blow up and kill everyone here, but it didn't quite work. The dice did roll across and flash across a few numbers, but damn. So now it's on to my turn 2. I do have a few guys to bring in from reserves, but they were my vulnerable cavalry killers.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah,
It was a little bit of a slap back, I think.
Slap back, yeah.
Basically, we pulled the 2 Watsmiths out and then done some dark packaging and started killing the vulnerable cavalry. The cultists actually wounded 1, didn't they?
Yeah.
Hellbrute done a little bit of damage. These guys shot it a little bit. They then charged in, dark pacted, because we were 6 inches of the Hellbrute. They literally just minced through quite a lot of their unit, including 1 of the characters. These guys made their charge and minced these down to 2 wounds. They've lost 2 in return. Obliterate's jumped down now, blasted the Lancer. He's got 4 wounds left, although I don't think they're going to survive the shot back from him. And they're in perfect range for these guys just to come over there and just mince them to bits. I dropped the Raptors down there. Do you entice Mark over, or just come take the objective after he moves off? Or I could move him over to the objective the other side. I've got the Felgor Ravagers still in reserves, because they can't deep strike. They have to come in from the table edge. And there was nowhere decent for me to put them before, you know, if I put them somewhere, they're going to get sacrificed. So,
Cool.
I think the turning point of this game was when you destroyed those 2 things in one game.
Yeah. That was awesome. That was hilarious. Okay, cool. You ready?
Yep, you work away.
Okay.
Right, so Mark came in with the murder fang, and these guys They interrupted with Abaddon, managed to kill a few of the boys off. Wasn't enough to stave the murder they gave us. He charged in. I did overwatch him, but did very little to him. He charged in, killed the Walksmith, took him down to 4 wounds. This jump pack come over and charged in and destroyed both units there. The Lancer destroyed the obliterators over the back there. Now the only things I have left on the table are these two guys, the cultists, the raptors, and I still have the beast Felgor Ravens just come in, but they're not going to do very much. So we're calling it.
Yeah.
I think the actual downfall for me was when those two helpers went.
I don't think they need to be as far forward as you always deploy them on the line. They have a 36-inch range.
Yeah.
I think they can set up behind things so they are screened. They could have had like a line of cultists in front of them that I would have had to get through first, and then like I hit that, cultists fall back, and then they kill it, whatever. Deploying them on the line is probably unnecessary.
I think I did well to help it though.
Yeah.
Always hiding them from you now.
Yeah, he's right. He's just there as an order to give out the orders.
No, it's a good game.
Yeah, I think looking back on it, the deployment of the the two lads kind of fucked them up a bit. If they had been behind the cultists, then they would have just been non-chargeable, especially against this army.
Yeah. I knew you'd be coming over fast with these guys, so I tried to hold back.
Yeah.
Bait you forward a little bit, and
yeah, because I don't really, especially this list I didn't really have the ability to lift like a unit of cultists, except for like the the intercessors.
Yeah.
Like they're the only ones who can do it. Like Ragnar never even got into the fight, but
no.
Yeah. Or these could have lifted cultists in advance, but I still couldn't declare the charges. Yeah, I think you need to put them behind, like in cover, because like in behind a screening unit to protect them. But other than that, yeah, it was good. So fucking Abaddon is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like giving you multiple opportunities to get extra CP as well. Like
yeah.
You're activating them twice, 3 times, and you're getting CP from them as well.
That was a good game.
Yeah. If the Thunderwolf Cavalry go, I will miss them. Like,
yeah, I don't think they will.
I don't think you will.
No, I definitely won't. I'll be fucking phoning you up singing celebrations down the phone to you. No, I don't think they'll go. I think they might. I think when they first come out, they'll be bumped up in points.
They'll be up in points.
I think so. And
I don't know. Like the other side of it, if those head takers are good, I'll probably end up just like. You know, all the wolf, and I'll probably just repurpose my wolf and his head takers and run as that. But
yeah, it's I don't know. I don't see them going. They're very iconic to Space Wolves.
Yeah.
I think, as you said, getting rid of the same stuff that they have for Space Marines anyway, or the equivalent that Space Marines have normally.
Yeah, there are a lot of units that have like a strong crossover with Space Wolves, with Space Marines.
I don't see them having Space Marine bikes because they have the Thunderwolf Cavalry.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know what they'll do. They might limit what Space Wolves have access to, but they didn't do that with the Angels or Dark Angels. So.
No.
I don't know. We'll see very soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, it'll probably be Thousand Suns and Space Wolves, same release, like they did with the Death Guard and the World Eaters, which I was disappointed in.
With which World Eaters?
No, both of them been released at the same time.
Yeah, it's going to cost you a lot of money.
Well, I just bought the codexes.
Okay. Yeah.
As I said, I'll open the app, and then I can change the data cards that I have.
Yeah.
What the apps tell me is, well, I'm not going to spend another €22 or €45, shall I say, to get two sets of data cards.
Yeah, I don't really like the data cards now because they change so quickly. Anyway.
Yeah.
You buy them and then suddenly they're out of date before you've even opened the bag.
Well, almost. The turning point of this game was the Forge Fiends going down. The Hellbrute, I hid him well behind a piece of terrain, and he was just buffing out, a 6-inch aura. Abaddon was just, mincing through. It was just... when Mark advanced their Space Wolf Thunderwolf Cavalry unit, he advanced them 5. Now he could have CP re-rolled that. Had he rolled lower, like say 3 inches or 4 inches, he could have CP re-rolled that. That's fine. When he charged, it was 4 inches away. He rolled 4 inches. He rolled 4 on 2 dice. Again, he could have CP re-rolled that, probably for 3 for the captain. That was annoying. But he's right in what he said to me. I should have held him back a bit more. I thought that I didn't think that he were too far forward. I thought they was in a good position where they could see him. They were getting the 6-inch aura from the Hellbrute, and I felt they was in a position where they would goad him forward, and he would fall short of his charge, and then I can just bombard them. I did Overwatch with one of them. Didn't do very much. I think he killed one mod off it. Didn't do very much at all. But in theory, that could do a lot of damage. But no, it was a good game. Warp Talons, Raptors, they did okay. They came down and just the Raptors. I dropped down ready to go and take his home field objective from the front, so the Lance would have to come round. The Obliterators, they felt their charge to, they really minced the Lancer up a bit, left him with 4 wounds. They failed their charge. If they would have charged into him, they would have smashed it, and I would have took his home field objective very, very simply, because I would have consolidated onto it. Then he would have had to decide what he's going to do with Ragnar and Co. and the rest of the guys. Now, I don't know if it was a mistake on his behalf, but he did have an awful lot of army on one side of the table. So had he failed to charge with the Thunderwolf Cavalry, or the Hellbrute, the Fortune that I overwatched with, had that minced that unit just from Overwatch, or had he just messed up and just wasn't able to charge them, and I would have blasted that unit. All of the rest of his army was pretty much on the other side of the table. Now, don't get me wrong, the Thunderwolf Cavalry have a long movement. They can advance and charge, so they could have got across the table quite quickly. But then he would have brought them across the table, and I would have been again just bombarding and dropping units down, just trying to take objectives and just come and deal with this or come and deal with that. Now again, Ragnar and Co, they could have jumped out of their vehicle, I can't remember what it's called now, and they have advance and charge. So he could have got those 2 units across the table very quickly, and the jump pack Marines have 12-inch move, so again they could have got across the table quickly. But then I feel if he would have had to get them across the table, I wouldn't say he would have panicked, but I feel that he might have made a few silly mistakes. He might have overexerted himself a little bit here and there and just left a few bits vulnerable, but then that would fall down to me to pick up on it. But no, it was a very fantastic game on Mark's birthday. I didn't realise his birthday till I got there. So happy birthday, Marcus. It was a very good game, and he fell for my little trap. I started calling him a different name, and he fell for it. Lovely. No, it's a very good game. I like it. I'm looking forward to the World Eaters and Death Guard. I just want to get those guys finished up, ready for them. But anyway, thank you for watching, guys. If you're new to all of this, new to the channel, hit the subscribe button because it costs you nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to this video have more and more people, which makes this incredible community of you guys grow even more. If you want to support the channel even further, there is a join button below. You can click on that and become a member of the channel. There are different tiers of membership. Each one gives you the same perks as the tier previous, plus a few extra. And it really helps the channel out in a massive way. So guys, thanks for watching. Any comments or anything, chuck them below as always. Any comments about my list or Mark's list, just chuck them below as always. And yes, Grimnar will not be using his Super Slay anymore after when the Space Wolves drop. That's why Mark used him today, just to give him a last hurrah. So anyway, I knew that straight away when I see him on the list. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the buttons for me, comments below. Take it easy.